Good morning, YouTube. I'm back from my road trip, and we got a lot of stuff to get caught up in the shop.
So are you recording all of the nefarious activities?
If you're new to the channel, my name is Dan, and we are at my dealership, NG Supercars, and Josh is on a consultation. So it's just me. Alan might be coming in, I think so. Hopefully, because we got a lot of crap to do. The first thing is, we have a client car that needs to get a full IPE exhaust. So we're going to try and install that, and I'll try and show you a bunch of the steps along the way. He's doing headers, 200 cell sport cats, and of course the rear section and a valve controller. So that should sound pretty awesome. Now this is kind of cool because normally we're doing cat deletes, but this one has sport cats, so it's still emissions compliant. Hooray! The goal is for this one to be able to be registered in California and not have any issues. Can't promise that, but it will hopefully do that. That's gonna be cool, so we're gonna get started on that. That car got shipped in. If you didn't see the other video, we just got this beautiful 2014 Roush in. It is awesome. We're gonna do a review of that car once the weather's better. It was 15 degrees this morning. This is not Texas weather. What the hell? We got the F8 in the corner, still for sale. We've got Harry's 488. That one needs some work done, whoops. This car is done, sold, but lots of parts on order, so it will be worked on once the parts come in, which won't be for a while. This car is getting a conversion. We found out the wheel was cracked, so I have to order a new wheel for it. I think he's also getting tires now, so lots of stuff to do in this car, but probably won't get started until next week. So the dash is still out. The leather guy's still making the dash, and he's going to be installing it probably Monday. Ignore the huge pile of trash. That's how much crap we have ordered and come in for cars in the last week. Probably one of my favorite cars that we have in inventory right now, a 1970 Mustang Fastback. Oh, such a pretty car. Of course we're doing a review of that. I still have not reviewed the Corvette C6 Z06. I'm sorry. Just been so busy. I will review that again once the weather is better. This car got a conversion. It's 95% done. We had to order a part for it. The part is supposed to be in today. If it is, we will finish it, get it all set. The black 599 sold. This thing sold fast, very fast. So we got to do some stuff to this, get it cleaned up, inspected, and all that stuff, and it should be good to go. And then finally, this 488 is done for now. So we had, I screwed up. So he ordered the exhaust with the heat shield, and when I submitted the order, I didn't order the heat shield. I screwed up. So we had to order the heat shield, and that should be in, well, he had to order a new exhaust with the heat shield. So that means two things. One, we have to wait for that to come in, which is going to be like 5-6 weeks. And the second thing is, that means once it comes in, we're going to pull off the other one, and we will have a Klein Inconel cat delete available, like for immediate order. So if someone wants that, well, we'll sell it pretty much near cost because we need to get rid of it. So for now, this car is basically done. We're going to put back on the wheels. We did brake fluid flush, oil change. We have our leather guy that's going to do some leather work on it. We're just going to leave all the panels and all that stuff off of it for now, since we're going to be pulling those back off in short order to get the exhaust completed. So good. That's okay. That was the super quick version of catch up on everything going on in the shop. It is. Oh, and since I just got back from driving to North Carolina to pick up the two Mustangs, I have about 150 emails to go through. So I'm going to do that first, get caught up with the emails, and then we'll start working on these cars. It's going to be a long day. All right, I haven't been being a good YouTuber. I haven't filmed that much today, but we moved the 488 that was on the lift over there. So that's all done. Oil change is done. The only thing it needs now is the cat pipes to be swapped back out and then put back on the bottom trays, wheel houses, engine bay panels, and the diffuser. Oh, and then we have our leather guy coming out later today to fix the seat bolster because it's got some wear on it. Move the Mustang out of the way. I know, don't judge. I parked it diagonal because there's a wheel back there. I didn't want to hit the wheel. Got the wheel for that car ordered and just got the final parts needed for this car to get wrapped up. So this little piece right here was leaking, which is not too uncommon. And if you ever have to do this piece, just know that these screws are like 90% chance going to strip out and you're going to have to drill them out and stuff. Just be ready for that. So I put some new gasket maker on it. It still hasn't dried all the way. So I'm actually gonna lower the car, add some oil. Then we can get it running and adjusted. So now we started working on the 458. So this one is getting a full IPE exhaust. But this one's gonna be a little bit different. It's got cat pipes instead of cat deletes. So as I mentioned earlier, it should be emissions compliant in California, in theory. We're also installing a Forza Componente valve controller. Alan's working on this car, and I'm hopeful that we could have it done certainly by tomorrow. It'll be done by tomorrow, so that'll be good. It's gonna sound awesome. So you've seen us do the 458 exhaust. You know, you gotta pull off the bottom panels, the diffuser, the wheel liners, and the rear bumper. And so you gotta get the taillights out to get the rear bumper out, because there's one nut right like here. So there's like, I think there's one right there, one right there. So those two, and there's that one up there. And you just kind of like peel the bumper off. It's actually surprisingly easy. And then once the bumper's off, there's a foam pad right here. You take off the foam pad, and then you can get that little U piece right here out of there. And then that allows you to drop out the exhaust and then kind of work your way backwards to the front. So you pull off the rear first, then the cat pipes, and then the headers. The headers do suck on this car. They're not fun.
The next day.
All right, YouTube, it's Friday, and I need to edit because I have some videos that I want to, well, I have a video that I want to go up tomorrow, and then another video I'm working on for probably Thursday of next week, because I already have one scheduled for Monday of next week. So I'm trying to do Monday, Thursday, Saturday is generally when I'm trying to release videos, and Saturday I'm trying to make it be my day in the life of running the dealership series, where it's more of like vlog style, showing you what's going on in the shop and everything. So that video I don't have edited, which is basically where I was transporting those two Mustangs and driving to and from North Carolina. Anyway, so where we're at today is, well, we've got Jared from Makina is going to come finish up the conversion on that 430. He said he's got to do something with the computers. The computers are not programmed totally. So right now when you turn it on, you get like all the errors. He should hopefully have that fixed. The only thing that concerns me is, and I noted this with the owner before we even started, there was a catalyst error, and it still has the catalyst error. So I think he might have a bad O2 sensor. So I'm gonna send him an email and let him know, hey, there is definitely something wrong. It's either an O2 sensor or the ECU. So it says it's on the right bank. This car, we got part of the exhaust out. The rest of the exhaust will come out today, and unfortunately we don't have the header gaskets. I'm an idiot and forgot to order those, so we're gonna have to wait a few days for those to come in. Once we get those in, we'll throw in the exhaust. But in the meantime, we can at least put in some of the stuff, the valve controller and some other components, and get it partially stubbed out, ready to go. Oh, so also last night our leather guy showed up and fixed the seat bolster on the 488 and the center console on this F430. So now we're just waiting for the dash to get reinstalled in the F430. I'm waiting for the wheel to come in so we can get that fixed. I have tires on order for this car. Oh yeah. I need to send that car over to get tires as well. So it's gonna be a busy day. Anyway, I need to edit, so I'm gonna do that.
6.5 hours later.
All right, YouTube, end of the day, end of the week, busy week. Just got new tires installed on this conversion car. So it's basically almost done. Everything's done with the conversion. I drove it. It drives beautifully. But before we even started the conversion, I had noticed that there was a check engine light for a catalyst error, and that error came back after the conversion. We basically read the data, and the rear O2 sensor is just not working right. So ordered a new rear O2 sensor. That thing's on its way. It'll be here early next week, and then that car will be done, and it'll go back to its owner. So hooray. But that's kind of it for now. So I guess that's it for this week. Thank you so much for watching. We do appreciate you guys' support. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Go to normalguysupercar.com. Buy parts and services from us using the code NGS10. It hooks you up with 10% off. And buy some cars from us at NG Supercars. Also, we need cars. We need some great cars. So if you have a cool car and you want to sell it, looking to get rid of it, we can make it fast and easy. So send us an email, sales@ngsupercars.com, and we'll see if we can make a deal.
Eventually.
Well, good morning, YouTube. It's now Monday, and we're both back at the shop for the first time in a week.
Yeah.
It's just a rough morning already. So it's already like almost noon, and I haven't filmed anything yet because we've just been heads down taking care of stuff. So, all right, where are we at? Well, had someone come and test drive the Mustang, the 1970 Fastback over the weekend. So I got it up on the lift because we were checking it out. So I'm gonna actually show that in the review of that car. So I'm gonna make a video reviewing that car probably in an hour. So you guys will see that video shortly. Still working on that 458, getting the exhaust put in. We're waiting on gaskets for it. We need to do a paint correction on the 1970. Also on the Roush, probably just clean it up. The paint looks pretty good, so I don't think it really needs a paint correction, maybe just a quick once over. Sold the 599, trying to get that wrapped up today. Got to do a review of the C6 Z06 still. Got the conversion 430, waiting on some parts, and then it will start being converted. This 430 is converted and done, but it's waiting on an O2 sensor because that was dead. So we were getting errors on that. This car sold, waiting on parts. It's going to be a month or two for the parts. It's getting a Klein exhaust. Got the Roush over there. Going to do a review on that. Got this Nissan 370Z Nismo. Yeah. F8 still for sale. Harry's 488, got to do a few things on it, and this 48 is just waiting on the cat pipe. So we're replacing the cat pipe with one that's got heat shielding, and the Jag still here. It's going to be a busy week. Got lots of crap to do. Lots of cars need to be cleaned up, taken pictures of, do reviews of, get them listed on the website, all sorts of stuff. We need to buy some cars desperately. We're down to one Ferrari in stock, which is not good. We've been looking and looking for weeks and just cannot find anything good. Everything's either overpriced or has stuff that we just don't like, just something wrong with the car or something that's going to be a pain in the ass to make it difficult to sell, like accident histories or whatever. So we've just been having a hard time trying to find anything. But I wanted to bring up something I saw in a video over the weekend, which was there was a dealership that apparently got busted by the IRS for tax manipulation or whatever you want to call it. Basically, people would pay cash and they would not report the cash transactions or not report them properly, and so people would get lower tax bills on the cars and other weird stuff like that. So I just wanted to bring this up because we've actually had people ask us, hey, how can I basically avoid paying taxes? Can I give you cash and blah, blah, blah. And the answer is no, don't bring it up ever. Please, no, don't. So it turns out, like, if you even talk about that stuff, we're supposed to fill out a form and report you to the IRS. So don't, please, ever bring it up. Now, what I can tell you is legally, you can do some tax avoidance strategies such as putting your car into a Montana LLC. That may or may not be what your local state government likes, and they may come after you for that, but that is one strategy. Now, paying cash and having us manipulate stuff because of that will not happen because we follow the rule, because I would like to not go to jail. I would like to not have the IRS come knocking on my door. Last thing I want to do is have the IRS ever meet me. That'd be wonderful to never have to meet them. So don't bring it up. Don't mention it. Don't talk about it with us, please. Okay? Good. Now that that's out of the way. All right, let's review some cars and wash cars and take pictures and do a lot of stuff. It's going to be a long day. All right, it's like after 4 o'clock already. No, it's 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock. Day's going quick. Josh is, we got the 599, which we sold, up on the lift. We're pulling off the bottom trays, doing some inspections and stuff. He asked us to kind of check over some stuff.
I just wanted me to look it over for him and make sure it didn't need anything.
Right, we just want to give it a once over. Like, admittedly, it came in and sold so quick, we haven't really had a chance to look over it thoroughly. So we're looking over it now, and if there's anything that's, substantial with it, we'll have to take care of it. We don't like cars going out being in bad condition. Just did 2 reviews, the Roush and the 1970 Fastback. I still would like to do another review. I'm trying to decide. I need to do the C6 Z06 and the Nissan. Both are really dirty. I don't like reviewing cars when they're dirty because then people be like, why don't you wash it? You know how it is. Yeah, that's it for now. We'll see what happens the rest of the day.
The next day.
Oh, good morning, YouTube. It's the next day. It's actually now Tuesday. I didn't really get to wrap up yesterday. It just kind of the day went long. And today I'm gonna be doing a bunch of video editing, so I need to edit some videos so that you guys can watch them. Yeah, I've got 3 reviews that I need to edit for you guys to see. So the C6, the Roush, and the 1970 Mustang. So I'm gonna try and do 2 more reviews today, although timing is kind of a little bit of a problem. So we've got to review the 370Z Nismo. So we had Alan do a paint correction and all this stuff on it, and it admittedly looks better than it did before, but it's still just cosmetically, this thing is just disappointing. So I'm curious how it drives. I mean, hopefully it drives well. We'll find out. This is a client's car. It just got a ceramic coating as well. He should be coming to pick it up later today. And then we have a surprise for you guys, I guess. If you saw our other video, you remember that Mustang GT350 we talked about that we sold wholesale because it was so bad? It's back. So, yeah. So when we sold it, we disclosed everything we could that was wrong with the car. And we showed pictures of everything that was wrong with the car. And somehow the dealer that bought it still arbitrated the car and refused to accept it and send it back to us. Oh, that's good. They put the key in the gas door. Yeah, they just dropped it off this morning. It just showed up. Well, yeah, it's back. So I guess if one of you wants a dirt cheap Mustang GT 350R, we have one. And even though the Carfax does not say it's been an accident, it's clearly been an accident. We think it was tracked and got wrecked at the track. I mean, it's probably still, it is still fine. We'll do a review of that car. It drives fine and everything. It just cosmetically could use some love. Great. Well, joy of joys. Can't wait to play with that. Actually, I do want to drive it a lot because why not, right? I mean, it's a fun car. It just, you know, it doesn't really meet our standards cosmetically. So I guess so long as you're okay with that, who cares? You'd have some fun with it. Anyway, let's edit some videos, and it's gonna be a long day.
A few moments later.
I hate stupid crap. So it's gonna be one of those days, I can tell right now. And I'm gonna get pissed off, because I'm already pissed off. So when we moved to our new house, we bought a new washer and dryer, and we should have known better. We bought LG washer and dryers, and this is the second time we've had LG stuff, and the first LG washer broke. Well, now the second LG washer is leaking, so every time we run it, it leaks. So of course it's not under warranty, even though it's only like 2 years old. No, it's not. We have to pay for it. So it's costing me $450 to have them fix it, which, whatever, just fix the damn thing. Half of what it costs to just buy one new, so I'm tempted to buy a different brand and just dump it. But so the dude shows up and Meg calls me and says, hey, he is saying he doesn't have enough room to work on the washer, so we need to move the dryer out of the way, but he can't touch it because it's a liability. This is the f***ing world we live in. Like, just move the dryer. It's not that hard. So now I have to drive home, move the dryer so he can come back later today and fix the washer. All right, well, I'm gonna go home. I'll see you guys in a bit.
Later.
All right, took care of that stupid errand, waste of time. So moved the dryer so that the washer could get worked in. Thought I'd show you something else that's really pissed me off. As long as we're having a day like that, might as well keep it going, right? Yeah. All right, so if you watched our channel from when we bought this building, you know, we had asphalt poured, and it was very expensive. Yes, asphalt is not cheap. Well, it's failing. It's only been, what, year and a half, 2 years, and it's already toast. So it actually started failing probably less than a year after it was poured. So this area started getting some dents, and now it's completely crumbled apart. This area was getting some dents. This is where we wash cars, so there's probably a lot of water that comes right here. And then right there is exactly where the FedEx and UPS trucks and Amazon trucks all stop to deliver our packages at the front door. So they all stop right here, and it just dents the asphalt. So they were supposed to pour 2 inches minimum, and well, you can see when you look at this stuff, that's not 2 inches. That's like maybe an inch, probably an inch and a half at most. Now, admittedly, this mound of dirt pushes the water this way, so water's probably getting under it, and that was our bad. So maybe this section's kind of our fault for not thinking about that, but also the water flowed this way, so it would pool up right here. We added like a mound right here to stop the water from going into the building, which worked. But even that's starting to fail, so we're basically gonna have to rip out all of this. And from what we understand, you gotta stop, or you gotta rip out everything that's doing what they call alligatoring. So you can see like, see how it's like cracking like that? They call it alligatoring. So it's all the way out to like here, basically. So all of this needs to get removed and redone, which you know is gonna be super cheap, right? It's gonna be like, you know, $50. No, it's gonna be like, I don't know, probably 5 figures is my guess. So the other thing we need to do is remove this dirt mound and get it so that the water flows that away, which is gonna be a pain in the ass. So we're gonna have to dig all this out. Look at that. Yeah, and to make it more fun, the temple is adding dirt over there, so it's just gonna hold all that water, and now the water has nowhere to run. So we're trying to get some quotes for this, and that the quote we got for the dirt mound was $12,000 to remove the dirt. 12. Idiotic. So if anyone has like a Bobcat, skid steer, front loader, whatever, something they want to let us borrow or rent for a couple weeks, that'd be sweet. We could probably dig that out and just put the dirt everywhere. I actually thought about it. I'm like, you know, we could put the dirt up there and make it so it's not such a steep runoff on the sides of the driveway. That way when trucks and trailers are dropping off cars, they can not be super accurate and it still works. I think the wind's picked up. Yeah, so if you happen to want to hook us up with an asphalt job or moving dirt job, we would love to promote you on our channel and hopefully have you do a better job than the assholes that did that stuff. And by the way, they offered like a 1-year warranty or whatever on the dirt or the asphalt, and they wouldn't honor it, and all this bullshit, excuses and stuff. You know, he's like, oh, whatever. So the guy's an idiot. It sucks that we had to deal with that, but you know how it is. Everything sucks. Everyone sucks. No one wants to do their job anymore and do a good job. They just want to punt and do the bare minimum and just get it by so that they can get their check. Anyway, now maybe I can actually edit some videos. Now it's almost 11 o'clock and I've wasted the entire morning. All right, Josh and I went to lunch. Alan's working on doing a paint correction on the Roush, so it's gonna look really good after that. And on the way to lunch, we were gonna go to lunch, and then Josh was gonna take the 599 to go get it inspected, because we have to get it inspected in order to be able to sell it to the new buyer since he's in Texas. Well, on the way to lunch, it threw a check engine light, of course. So we have to reset the check engine light. It turns out it's a secondary air issue, which is probably because the car has been started and stopped before completing full cycles as it's been at the shop. You know, we've had to move it around and stuff, and that cars don't like that. They don't like to be start, stop. So reset the secondary air. Now we gotta drive it, but the problem is secondary air only kicks on when it's cold. So in order to get that system to reset, it's got to be cold, which means we might have to take and spend a couple days doing this. I know, sorry, going in and out of the brightness. Whatever. Gaskets arrived for the 458, and the O2 sensor arrived for the 430, so we can get both of those cars done. And I still have to edit videos. I still haven't done any editing, really. Crap sticks.
I just went to check readiness on this because we're gonna go get a state inspection, and as soon as I plugged this cheap ass scanner in, it completely freaked out. It threw a Manatino error, it threw a CST, check engine light, everything, just because of this. As soon as I unplug this and turn the car off and back on, it's all reset. So, and I tried another cheap scanner and it did the same thing, but the good scanner it does not do that with. So I guess it just is very sensitive to the voltage or something of this. I don't know, man. But it's pissed when you plug this in. So
it's very unhappy.
Just for reference.
Yeah. I guess this is another reason why we have like 5 different scan tools here, just because sometimes some certain things like things and others don't like certain things. Who knows, man? Ferrari. Yeah, Ferrari. All right, it's after 6. just kind of wrapping up for the day. I think this is it for this video. We'll do more in another video, doing more of the day in the life of running our small business. One of the plus sides of having a dealership is you do get to drive some cool cars every once in a while. So I'm taking the 1970 home tonight. Yeah, the truck's not as fun as that thing, so not too often you get to drive a 1970 Mustang, so I'm gonna just take it home. Nice. Anyway, if you'd like this video, like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. We do appreciate your guys' support. You can do so by going to normalguysupercar.com and buying parts and services from us using the code NGS10. It hooks you up with 10% off. And of course, buying cars through our dealership, NG Supercars. Man, we have a full house. Thankfully, some of these cars are getting out of here soon. So anyway, we'll see you guys in the next video. We're gonna be doing a lot of cool car stuff. You're gonna wanna stay tuned. It's gonna be sweet.